away into 5 to 1. It's Burlington Bertie, 130 Mighty Man, and Bottle 2 to 1 Blackjack Ketchum.
They're coming forward, and the starter has let them go. They're away for the Ladbrokes World Hurdle, racing downhill towards the first flight, and Label 2 in the maroon and white jacket, the first to bound on. In the chic pieces on the near side is Over the Creek. Lockderg is close up, together with Fire Dragon in that dark blue cap. Mighty Man towards the near side in the dark blue colours as they clear flight number 1 with another 11 hurdles in front of them. And Label 2 from Over the Creek and Fire Dragon. Mighty Man. Blackjack Ketchum is settled out the back by Tony McCoy, the last to land there. Ridden very quietly in these early stages as they continue along the back straight. Label 2, Fire Dragon on the right Over the Creek. United on the far side, handy now from by. And Blackjack Ketchum is gone there. Blackjack Ketchum is down. Oh dear, what a disappointment. And looking back to see if Tony McCoy is just sitting up, I'd be so disappointed as they run left-handed, racing uphill towards the next. Fire Dragon and Label 2 from Over the Creek. And then United close up. Mighty Man on the near side of Blazing Bailey and Casbar Bliss and Lockderg, and then Strangely Brown. Tamoyne is further back with Overstrand, and Natal is one of those towards the rear at the moment. Inglis Drever is held up in last place as they reach the top of the hill with the favourite Blackjack Ketchum out of the race. Here it is, held up in the early stages, got it all wrong and turns a somersault there. Nasty looking fall. McCoy thrown clear, but how disappointing to see him exit at that early stage. Down the hill they go now, and Label 2 from Fire Dragon. Over the Creek in third place. And then Blazing Bailey and Mighty Man and United and Lockderg, followed by Casbar Bliss, Strangely Brown, Natal, Overstrand, then Tamoyne towards the inside as they jump the next. And Inglis Drever at the back of the field. So the second feature race 2 days running at the festival, where the favourite has crashed out early after Well Chief's early departure yesterday. I should think he's inconsolable. He just thinks so highly of Blackjack Ketchum. Meanwhile, though, back with the leaders, and in the same colours, Fire Dragon now strides on into the lead. From Label 2 in second place, Lockderg and United. Then Over the Creek, they're very well grouped. Blazing Bailey towards the centre, Mighty Man on the far side. Out wide is Strangely Brown of Casbar Bliss and Natal. Then to Tamoyne, and the back two are Overstrand and Inglis Drever. And there wouldn't be much more than 7 or 8 lengths between first and last as they race in front of the stands with a circuit left to go. Blackjack Ketchum is galloping loose up the Cheltenham hill now as the others make their way out into the country, and it's Fire Dragon that continues to spearhead the remainder, followed by Label 2, Lockderg, then United, one of the mares right there with Label 2. Up the inside Over the Creek and Blazing Bailey. Casbar Bliss is next from Natal, Mighty Man and Tamoyne, followed out wide by Strangely Brown and Overstrand, and still Inglis Drever looks on from last place as they jump the first flight down the back straight once again. And still it's Fire Dragon and Noel Feely in the Blackjack Ketchum colours, followed by Lockderg in the red headgear. The light blue sleeves for United travels well. Label 2 in the maroon and white. White face Blazing Bailey. Casbar Bliss just being pushed along now. They're followed by Mighty Man and Over the Creek in the blue and green colours towards the inside. Natal in a red jacket, wider out the white face Strangely Brown. And the race is really on now, and Fire Dragon has got 1 or 2 of them on the stretch. United still goes okay in second place. Label 2 the inside, followed by Lockderg as they race up the hill towards the third last, but they're still a long way from home here. And it's Fire Dragon, 4th last year, leading this year from United, and Blazing Bailey now moves through. Label 2 and Casbar Bliss. Mighty Man's right there up the inside under Richard Johnson, and then a couple of lengths to Lockderg, followed by Inglis Drever, making some progress now. Has to be ridden to make a few lengths up, though. His rider's hard at work, Paddy Brennan, as they now reach the top of the hill. About to swing left-handed and downhill then towards the second last in the Ladbrokes World Hurdle, and it's Fire Dragon that continues to lead the way. From United, the mare on the near side, travelling strongly. Casbar Bliss for France, Blazing Bailey right there. Mighty Man is being stoked along in 5th place. Then Inglis Drever out wide of Lab L2 and Strangely Brown as they head down towards the second last. United joining Fire Dragon. Inglis Drever staying on well towards the left now. On the right is the white-faced Blazing Bailey over the second last. Blazing Bailey didn't jump it too well. They're chased by Casbar Bliss and Mighty Man, and then Strangely Brown. They race towards the final turn, and Inglis Drever, the winner 2 years ago, chasing United. Blazing Bailey over on the far side, chased then by Casbar Bliss. A Mighty Man with his head down in determination is staying on very bravely, but it's Inglis Drever that now takes over on the long run to the final flight. Inglis Drever, the winner 2 years ago from Blazing Bailey. Mighty Man third last year, in 3rd place again at the final flight. Inglis Drever lands ahead of Blazing Bailey. Then Mighty Man on the far side. They're clear of United, racing up the hill. Inglis Drever is chased all the way by Mighty Man. Inglis Drever by a length to Mighty Man with 100 yards left to go. There's a half length in it. Inglis Drever clinging on from Mighty Man, and Inglis Drever wins again from Mighty Man in 2nd place in a tremendous finish. 3rd was Blazing Bailey. 4th was United. A good run from that mare. In 5th place, Casbar Bliss, then Strangely Brown, Natal, then Label 2, Lockderg, and then Over the Creek. After Over the Creek was Fire Dragon, Overstrand, Well Beaten, and Termoyne. You'd have thought that the race had been robbed of much of its interest with the early departure of Blackjack Ketchum, but what a superb finish up the hill here. Inglis Drever, the winner in 2005, brilliantly brought back to his best by trainer Howard Johnson after a few tendon troubles. He wasn't really travelling in the early stages, wasn't really jumping for Paddy Brennan, but the longer the race went on, the better he went. Mighty Man, with his typical tenacity, but chased him all the way up the hill, couldn't quite bridge the gap. It's Inglis Drever again in the Ladbrokes World Hurdle.
Paddy, that was some performance.
Unbelievable. Early on, I thought I was on the floor 2 or 3. Don't know what was wrong. He was just coming from nowhere. I heard a shout from the crowd and I knew Blackjack was gone. I shouted to Sham Jones on the outside, "Is that Blackjack?" And he said, "Yeah." Well, when he was gone, I had a lot more to worry about. I just wasn't happy, but I've never felt as much pressure as I felt today in all my life, because I knew how good he was. And Howard Johnson knew how good he was, and Graham Wiley knew how good he was. Some relief. He's some horse. Yeah. Some horse.
He just keeps trying and trying and trying, doesn't he?
Yeah. This is some training performance to get him back to this level. And, you know, horses were coming to me, but I felt I'd pull out more and more.
And to get you back after getting squashed yesterday?
Thanks to Rabbit, my physio, and my girlfriend Katie began. She helped me all night. Yeah. And I'm very lucky to be here today.
Yeah, well done, Paddy.
Happy scenes. Howard Johnson, the trainer, Andrew Wiley, I'm sure Graham is back there somewhere. Wonderful to come back and do that.
Super, yes. We managed to get him right. All credit to the girl in the yard who does him, Ginny Wright. She's made a great job of him, and Paddy Brennan got it right today. And super, over the moon.
I bet it seemed a long way up that hill, Andrew.
Yes, it did. Yes, I think I'm more exhausted than the horse jumping up and down. But no, I was worried about Paddy because obviously I had a fall yesterday, but he was okay and he did the horse justice. Very proud.
Well, Howard's giving credit to the last, which is lovely, but good training performance as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Season with the weather and that, but it all makes it worthwhile. So hopefully we'll be back next year if I get too old like me.
There you see, it's not too bad down south.
No. I'm still a northerner by everything.
Does it get better? Is this better than the last time?
More nerve-wracking, but yeah, better. I mean, to do it twice, unbelievable. What a horse.
Absolutely.
He's a star, yeah.
Go and give him back.
I'm going to, thank you.
Inglis Drever, if he comes back next year, 7-1 with Bet Direct to win the title for the third time. Other bookmakers 6-5 and 4-1 against him. Won it at 5-1 2 years ago, returned 5-1. Third favourite today, the fourth horse to win it twice. Barracuda in this decade, in the 80s, Galmoy and Crimson Embers. A brilliant win by Inglis Drever. Mighty Man, mighty in defeat. Goes down though, Burlington Bertie, 130, second favourite by 3/4 of a length. Blazing Bailey was third, the 8-1 fourth favourite. Blackjack Ketchum fell, as you saw, the bottle, the 2-1 favourite. But this Inglis Drever 5 with Hills and Stan James this morning, generally 9-2 and 4, touch 11-2 on the course. Chronicle bookmaker in £20,000 each way bet at 5-1, £120,000 picked up by one punter, 5-1, Inglis Drever for the second time.
Well, Paddy Brennan, I shouldn't think he thought he had any chance of winning at all. He missed so many hurdles early on. And, of course, he's lucky to be riding anyway. Had an horrific fall off of Ashley Brook yesterday. The horse laid on him and he couldn't move for a long time afterwards. This is Blackjack Ketchum. He just half-steps at this, Ted.
Yeah, he does. He hit the right old belt now, John. Right, if his knees caught it, and he's a handy little horse, and it absolutely somersaulted him over. You seldom see a horse at the first hurl take a fall like that now. He's a fresh horse. Took some fall.
Yeah, he wasn't actually that far away from it. But let's go back to the action as Fire Dragon up at the head of affairs, and just sitting in behind him, Blazing Bailey's the French horse, Casbar Bliss as well. And United there as well, just setting up into a good race. And to be fair to Paddy Brennan, when he rode this horse last time, he said, I'm going to be a little bit braver, delay my challenge until later, because he felt that the horse maybe just pulled up a little bit with him, but he just wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't a question of, oh, let's sit and settle and then come through. He was on a horse that probably didn't feel like he was going to be even in the first six for I think 2.5 miles of this race, and then all of a sudden he's found himself in front, and you got Richard Johnson and just getting a sniff of victory on Mighty Man now, getting a bit of a run out of him. We know that all he does is stay. And Blazing Bailey, for a 5-year-old, he's run a tremendous race, as is the mare United as well. But this horse, Inglis Drever, when he's at his best, Jim, he's just got that touch of class, hasn't he?
He has, actually, because although this was a really tough race for all of them, and there was plenty of work done by them from the bottom of the hill under pressure, the winner actually scored with just a little bit up his sleeve. It might not look it here at the minute, but I think Paddy Brennan was always confident he got something in reserve. And here he comes into the winner's enclosure.